Slithering into neighborhoods too close for comfort for these families. The locals now dubbing the area Rattlesnake Ridge. Our 10 News anchor Brian Schlonsky is live in Serra Mesa, where neighbors are warning everyone to be extra vigilant. Brian.
Yeah, that they are, Steve. The Department of Fish and Wildlife says, hey, if you can, try to stay out of areas like this, dry brush and thick grasses. But if you do have to go into snake country, have your kids ditch these for a pair of boots.
I like to take my dogs out this back door, and I had the surprise of my life.
It was a holler from Janet Escobedo's husband that kicked off that surprise.
I heard my husband shouting, "Stay in the house, stay in the house." But of course I wanted to check and see what it was. He started shouting, and then I said, I'm getting a picture of this thing. This is amazing.
A rattlesnake feet from the family's back door.
And it was hiding in this corner down here.
The Escobedos live here at the Holy Angels Church in Serra Mesa.
If I'd had the back door open, like I usually do when I let the dogs out, I was thinking it's going to come into the house.
And they're not alone when it comes to rattlesnake sightings in their neighborhood. Several people in just the last month taking to the Nextdoor app, like this woman who writes, "I almost stepped on one on the sidewalk," or this man, "I had one in our walled backyard."
Come on, Magnus, here.
The Escobedos Church.
And there's literally hundreds of these little baby ones that are back in here.
And most of Serra Mesa back up to a canyon.
This is called Rattlesnake Ridge right here.
The church even putting up signs to warn people.
And everybody knows to be on the lookout.
The Department of Fish and Wildlife says most bites happen between April and October. Dogs are at a big risk because they hold their noses to the ground, and Janet's finding right on the porch, turns out snakes like to crawl on the edge of buildings where they're protected on one side.
Just watch where you're walking, because if I hadn't been paying attention, I would have walked right into this thing.
All right, so if you are bitten by a rattlesnake, experts say first thing you should do is stay calm. Then make sure to remove anything restrictive like watches that could contribute to any swelling, and then just get to a hospital as quick as possible. Live tonight in Serra Mesa, Brian Schlonsky, 10 News.
Thank you, Brian.